Alright. Packed it. Can't see nothing, can you? I packed it. Anyway, I packed tubes. Whatever this thing is. 1 pound dewaxicon. I used 2 of these. And I used 2 of those. So make sure it gets a shot. Using 2 of those. In the bottom of this. Plus I've got a screen. I'm not using any not gonna be using any dry ice. So I don't have the money right now. Plus I'm gonna try it with and without. So I'm gonna put it back together and ready to pack it. This will be the second time I've used this. Make sure she's all nice and straight. You don't want to crimp anything. Don't want to over tighten it. Wrong way, wrong way. Wrong way. Upside down. Might have turned right upside down. Now we got it. Yeah, I keep saying I don't want to get a bunch of equipment, but sure does make it nice. This one I have to watch out for because it's got a bum leg. See how it leans. Let it sit, it'll start leaning more. But anyway, just pack my weed in there. When I say pack it, all I'm going to do is just put the weed in it. I'm not going to ramrod it. Harder than shit to get out of there. So this holds a pound. Some guess I'm running about 3/4 pound unpacked. This is packed 1 pound. So I figured 3/4, a little under. Once you get it packed, put a shower head on it, gasket, tighten her down. Like I said, I'm not running dry ice in this one. So we'll see what we get. Alright, almost got a full. This some weed that grew outside. It's been in the freezer. Right, the next step, take this, put a vacuum on it. Alright, I'm going to do some blasting with no dries, nothing frozen, and everything's rigged up. Hopefully she won't fall. Anyway. Let her rip. that's going through or not. Gotta hurry up, storm's coming through. Anyway, I got a sight glass on this so I can see it going through. Let her get full. It'll fill up probably right about there. Hey, that guy got everything set up. It's not wobbly, so I'm good. It's kind of tilted a little bit, but anyway. Alright, she's almost. So I had to vacuum on this. What I'll do is I'll shut this off, crack the vacuum on it, let the air out just a little bit, and then put more in. Because the vacuum will obviously take up space. Anyway, this is a 1 pound de-waxing column. I'm guessing, I don't have a pound in there because I didn't pack it, so I'm guessing heavy 3/4 pounds of it. I'm gonna make Thc-A Diamonds. See how she does with nothing sub-zero, no dry ice, no dead waxing column or nothing. I will put this in my almost finished. I will put this in my sub-zero for about 4 or 5 days. Does that keep running? I do this to keep debris out of it. Plus, when I'm dry icing, you don't want any water to go in there. So we'll shut this off. Open this just a little bit. Open this back up. Let it fill back up. And then go from there. Okay, she's full. That's what my gauge says. This is what I'm using. I'm gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes. Alright, it's been sitting there for about 30 minutes. Let her go. I'm using a 1 pound de-waxing column, unpacked, so it's about 3/4 pound. No de-waxing column. I mean, no dry ice in my 1 pound de-waxing column. This is the first one. After this is finished, I'll put it in this bigger jar over there and condense it down into a thick molasses, and I'll put that in my sub-zero. It'll take you a while. But I'll transfer that over to my larger jar. That way I can put it in hot water, because you gotta have room for evaporation. Make sure you have no open flames. Do not smoke. Now keep running it until it comes clear. This is the first run, about halfway through. Of course, my lid over there is not on, it's off loose, because that will blow up your jar, obviously. The HO gas is very, very volatile. It expands quickly. Right now, just gas is escaping. Probably no more liquid in there, just air. Then what I'll do, I'll shut it off. Open that back up. And run about half again what I just ran through there until it runs clear. Just all air now. Let it all escape, and I'll put some more in there. Like I said, I'll run about half of it. I'll let the gauge go all the way down to 0. That way I know how much gas I'm putting in there. This is best volume back company that I'm using. The U.S.M.C call. Alright, I'm going to fill her back up. Close this. Open it. Then we'll go about halfway on this. Just keep running until it comes clear. Back up. Some more in there. We'll let about a pound in there. I'll dump this. That way I can make sure when it's really clean, I'll know. You gotta be careful when you do that, because that's warmer. It'll flare up on you. Once it flares up, you ain't stopping. Like I said, I'll keep running this until it comes clear. I'm gonna have to go get me another jar because that one's too full. You need it about halfway full because I'm gonna put that on heat, condense it down. And so if you try to condense that down as full as that is, it'll overflow on you. Now see, it's getting a lot clearer now. It's not so dark. So I'm gonna do one more run. And that should be good. Still got color to it. Got piss color to it. So you can almost see through that one there. But it's still good. So like I said, I'll run it one more time and that should be good enough for me. Because after you get finished with this, I'll empty this out and I save this. All stuff already blasted, I'll save that. And I'll re-blast that with some dry ice and let it sit for an hour, 2 hours. Make sure everything's stripped. Okay, you see I got 2 jars over there half full. They have to be half full to evaporate it out. You gotta give it plenty of room to vap out. Almost clear. I mean, you don't have to be perfectly clear, but if you want to waste the gas and strip everything off, then yeah, let it run clear. Any color is THC that you're wanting. So waste not, want not. Let's see, I gotta hurry up because that's heading my way. Hell and high winds. Oklahoma for you. In this process, you have to be real careful because those things will boil out on you quickly. Sit in warm water, let it evaporate down. It's not even hot, it's warm. Another thing, these jars sweat. So when I'm pouring the gas out of my small jar into a large jar, you need to have a paper towel around the mouth of the jar because you'll have condensation, which is water. And if that water gets inside this, yeah, it's no good. And when you're doing this, make sure you're in a well ventilated area. I got a big fan on. Shop door in the back's open. Front door's open. So plenty of ventilation. Outdoors. Evaporating this down to where I can fit it into this jar. And do not leave this unattended. I was tempted to go outside and take care of that last blast. So I'm unplugging it. I'm going to go outside and finish blasting that. Got a severe storm coming my way. Alright, let's finish this up. The storm is almost here. Still pretty dirty though. But yeah, the storm's heading this way about 30-40 miles an hour. That's gonna have to be clean enough for me, so I don't have time to make it clear. But as you can tell, you can see through it pretty good. You gotta be real careful when you're transferring this, because they'll flare up on you. So pour slow. My paper towels. Put paper towel on the end of this right here. I don't know if you can even see me. I don't think you can see me. Huh. Anyway, just drips. Got water dripping off of it, condensation. Paper towel. Use that paper towel to keep that water from going inside there. You do not want water inside it when you're trying to make diamonds or anything. You just don't want to contaminate it with water. Got to take everything down, put it inside the shop. That storm's fixing to hit. But see, I can still run it, run some more through it, and get it cleaner. Just depends on how much you want to spend on your gas. But that's a lot clearer. It's not so dark. And just keep evaporating out. When I'm taking off, always unplug it. That way I can keep an eye on this, because this is the most important part of the whole process. Not letting that boil out. Just like I said, once the shit hits water, it ain't no good. I mean, you still salvage it, but more work. Alright. Not the last of this. Still got a little bit of color to it, but like I said, I got storm coming. Anyway, just keep evaporating it out. Alright. Still evaporating her down. So I'm going to join them. And when you're transferring these, make sure you got a paper towel. You don't want any water in your solution. Wipe it all the way off. And then put this around here. Keep them dripping. That's what I was saying, slowly. But I did not do it slowly, did I? Lost a little bit. Not too bad. See, these jars are sweaty. The condensation will drip into your, there you go. It'll drip into your solution, and you don't want that. And here's my spill. Now I get my tool out here and I can gather all this up because it'll stick to it. Because it'll stick to your glass if you don't. And that's a bitch to clean. Alright, still evaporating it down. I'm going to evaporate it down so I get it in this jar. The whole jar is sticky because it overflowed. Covered the whole outside of the jar. It'll shatter. But I cleaned that up off the water. Got it all off the water. I'll smoke it. Dry it out. Vacuum it. Smoke it. Just keep evaporating it down. Switch it around. Speed up the process a little bit. But I'm going to evaporate it all down so it will fit in this jar. See, the outside of the jar is sticky. I overflowed it. Got that shatter all over it. At least one hit on that glass. Guarantee it. Get a good hit off that sucker. Now let's see how much I got to go in this. Slow and easy because that jar's hot. Alright, so I got in that small jar. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on it, not tight. I'm going to put that in the freezer. As she calms down a little bit. What's happening is the temperature of this is ice cold, so this is having to catch up to it temperature wise. Trying to make some Thc-A Diamonds. Like I said, when it calms down a little bit, I'll take it into my Sub-Zero, and then I'll set it in my Sub-Zero, put the lid on it, not super tight, but I'll put the lid on it, and then 30 minutes later I'll go in there and check it, and I'll put the lid on it tight.